Oh, never mind. I'm laughing at myself because I put up the camera and because I could see a little bit of the reflection of the phone in my glasses, I wanted to take my glasses off because I was like, oh, that doesn't look good on the camera. And then I looked down at my notepad and I couldn't see anything. And I need my notepad as I talk through this. So I'm just like, we're just going to have to get over the vanity stuff and get right into it. So anyways, day 8. And today was really cool, man. Actually, legit, the last 24 hours have been absolutely unbelievable. Landmark. And so I don't want to even try to cover all the details. I just want to say that I have been using an affirmation every day. The universe provides everything that I need, and everything that I desire, I already am. And in the moments where I start to feel a little bit anxious or paranoid about certain deals not coming through, certain opportunities not making themselves happen, if you will, certain financial challenges essentially rearing their heads, and really even just like goals not being accomplished, if you will, I just continue to say that. And it's part of me sort of wanting to reestablish and reset my nervous system to get to a point where I'm reestablishing a particular routine for my own self-talk. Because there are oftentimes where my self-talk has actually been probably the most difficult for me, is learning to be deliberate about what I say to myself. Even when I can curate media and other inputs that are external to me, sometimes I'm not nearly as careful at curating the conversations I have with myself. Anyway, I've been saying that also to just sort of shift my mindset, that I was in a spirit of being able to be sensitive to opportunity and just to sort of shift my consciousness and have a more positive mental attitude and positive expectation for things to work out, a more hopeful attitude and approach. So I just finished saying that affirmation this morning. And by the way, the title for day 8 was called Root. And so the theme was regrounding after the storm. Ask, what nourishes me without proving anything? Action, cook, stretch, or work with your hands. Feel the weight of the earth. I didn't really do that, but, well, let me get at what happened. So at the end of my meditation this morning, immediately after I got finished saying that affirmation, I I got a text message. Someone who I just met the day before, who essentially my conversation with them the day before presented a lot of new opportunity for us to work together on. That person connected me with someone who I already knew. But it was someone who I already knew that I'd only met very briefly, really vibe with them, really felt the connection with them. And essentially the last 2 years have not had any real conversation with them. Just completely lost touch, and I just hadn't even really thought about it. And then we jumped on the phone, rekindled our connection, and all the things that we were sort of talking about before from a couple years ago came back. And we started to have a newer and better conversation about all the new opportunities we can now do together. So now I'm talking to the person that I was connected to, along with the person that I just met yesterday who connected me to this person. And there were some new ideas that came out of that led to my very next conversation. So I hung up the phone with them, and then I had another phone call with someone who I've been working with at a university, who reminded me, offered that, hey, there's an opportunity for you to come and speak at our university next week to talk about some of the ideas you have about the future of AI and entrepreneurship and what have you. And I was very excited about that. And then that led to me calling another person back and saying, hey, I might need some support with what's going on with this university. I'm looking to put together, not just go and speak next week, but I'm also looking to put together an AI summit and some other things with the university. And they were just like, oh, you need to know this person, this person, this, and this person. And they're the creators of a lot of things associated with artificial intelligence. And so none of that is really specifically that important, other than for me to say, I was in a space and in a moment, and I've been in a season where sometimes you're looking for a blessing, you're looking for some good fortune. And what I also had to realize that some of that simply comes from having a positive mental attitude and a positive frame of mind, and an essential bent towards expectation that things are ultimately always going to work out. And as soon as you put that energy in the air and it comes out of you genuinely, especially in moments when I feel otherwise. In moments when I feel a twinge of anxiety or a twinge of paranoia, a twinge of challenge come on, I'm saying these affirmations silently to myself, sometimes loudly out loud, and I'm saying them during my quiet time in the morning. And it's been happening all week, but especially the last few days, there's been a crescendo of opportunities and everything working out. Of course, things are working out. Here's proof that all you really need to have is the right mental attitude towards things. Anyway, that was amazing. So the nighttime anchor question at the end of the full day of all the things. One line, what strengthened love in me today? The question, what strengthened love in me today, is the evening mirror for this second 7-day cycle. It's meant to replace the old habit of judging a day by productivity or clarity. We've talked about this. And to measure it instead by expansion of the heart-mind. What it's really asking is, love is vitality, not sentiment. Love points to the same force as chi or metta, the life energy of openness and non-separation. So the question doesn't mean who loved me or did I feel romantic. It means, where did I move from contraction to connection, opening up and connecting with others? When did I feel more available, compassionate, or patient toward myself, someone else, or life itself? Every instance where you released resistance, listening fully, forgiving, laughing, tending to your body, choosing honesty, strengthened love in you today. Strengthened love. Why in me and not for me? You can't control how the world offers love, but you can observe how love circulates through you. The shift of grammar puts agency back in awareness. Love is not a commodity received, but a current cultivated. It also prevents the ego from hijacking the practice, because the day's success is not I was loved, something that happened externally, but I became more loving. It's about integration, rebuilding a self that acts without reattaching to identity. Love is a stabilizing element in that rebuilding. By asking what strengthened love, you're checking, am I rebuilding from fear or from openness? Is the energy I'm creating with key to everything grounded in service, not self-image? Using it in practice, they just goes through a couple elements, a couple things that honestly I'll publish later about how you could go about answering these questions. So some things that I wrote down. What strengthened love in me today? Experiencing what felt like the gates of opportunity starting to open and flow. Reconnecting with some old associations that are now new, consistent associations. People who have not just a positive mental attitude, but just sort of an openness to the world. They have a favorable outlook on the world, the people in it, where things are going, and they're positively contributing. And they are surrounding themselves with people who are positively contributing. And they're positively contributing not just in their productive endeavors, tasks that they accomplish that help them to produce things that create more money or whatever, but they're also producing more interactive and engaging experiences amongst human beings. They were telling me about some ideas they had for marketing a product that they're launching, and how just listening to them, all of their ideas were about creating really exciting experiences for the people who are their target audience. And it's not about selling the product at that point, but it's like them wanting to offer something to all of those people as an experience for them to feel connected and engaged amongst each other, to feel like they're part of a community with each other. And the product just sort of exists within that community. And it was almost as if they were doing it. The entire process is doing it. It's human-centered. It's about meeting the needs of the people and not just meeting the needs of the corporation that built it for the purpose of just creating more money and exiting and essentially building something that's extractive in the world. Anyway, reconnecting with a few people. I had a long sit down today with a colleague and friend of mine that I've been working with for a lot of years. And our conversation was both a stroll down memory lane. It was also a reflection on good and bad times and an opportunity for us to reflect in love with each other about moments where we misunderstood each other, moments where we were able to experience together the joy and the pain of building something, making mistakes, watching it grow and it be something that flourishes and thrives, as well as watching it come apart. And just being able to sit together and connect and go deeper on those things, strengthen, love, and be today. I was able to be patient and supportive as that person worked through and thought through things that they're attempting to build for themselves. And at the same time, they were able to listen in and offer their support in the now, as well as wanting me to think about the support that they can offer in the future. For me, that was something that strengthened love in me today. One other thing, just before I really sat to record this, my daughter came in, and she's just an incredibly affectionate person, which I've talked about before. And so as I was writing my notes and doing my end of day reflection, she walked in, and I just immediately stopped because I knew we just needed to hug each other and hang out for a little bit. And just the opportunity to receive nourishment in my body, in my heart, in my brain, in my nervous system, with innocent and very expressive and almost limitless infinite love. It's something sometimes when we're hugging each other, I feel like God is hugging me. It's a very spiritual experience. And so that was definitely a moment that strengthened love in me today. And so live in the present moment and just experience the love that's in front of you. This day 8, key to everything.